You feel afraid to take risks. And what can you do about that? Great question. And it's something that I have struggled with a lot growing up. I was super afraid to take risks because taking risks means to embrace the unknown. It means to relinquish control. And I have been someone who was always extremely afraid to relinquish control. I was always trying to gain control over my life because I felt so out of control surrounding my emotions and the people in my life. As a highly sensitive person, my emotions and the world could feel extremely overwhelming. Okay, I felt like I didn't have the tools and the abilities to regulate my own system, my own beings. It was as if there was so much energy, so much stimulation that I didn't know what to do with it. And that caused me to look for external ways or different, perhaps unhealthy ways even, to gain control. One of the ways I tried to gain control was through my eating disorder. I tried to control my food intake obsessively. Another expression could be obsessive compulsive disorder, for example. Trying to maintain certain structure in your mind or certain behaviors that you hold on to because you're so anxious to let them go, because that would mean relinquishing control. So I had a freaking hard time learning to let go of control, and I'm still struggling with that sometimes. Now, learning to embrace the uncertainty, learning to take risks, is something you can only learn through doing it. Okay, I can talk about my experiences taking risks and being rewarded for taking those risks, but that is just me talking about my experiences. That is not going to be a profoundly important experience for you. Okay, you will have to take the risk and actually feel what it's like for yourself to succeed or to fail. Okay, and one of the mindsets that helps me to take more risks is to understand that failure doesn't really exist. It's just information. Okay, it's just a way for you to understand yourself better, to understand the world better. So anytime I take a risk, anytime I'm afraid to take a step, I reassure myself that even if it would go horribly bad, that's still just a lesson. That's still just something that I need to go through in order for me to move forward. All right, I firmly believe that whatever we attract in our lives, whatever happens to us, with us, is meant to happen. Okay, it is meant for us to go through that discomfort or to go through that potential failure. So that really helps me to have some form of faith. Okay, even though I might feel afraid, I know on a deeper level that I can handle whatever comes after that. And of course, I'm not perfect. I'm just a guy on the internet sharing his experiences, and of course there are still things that I'm afraid of. Okay, so the only way to overcome that fear is by experimenting and by actually taking the risks, because you can watch me talk about these things for hours until you actually go out and do the thing you are afraid of doing. You will never get the positive reference experience of it actually working out, or the positive reference experience of it not working out and you being able to deal with the consequences. All right, and the more you either succeed by taking risks or you learn to deal with the consequences, the more confidence you will gain in your abilities to relinquish control, in your abilities to deal with whatever situation might present itself to you. And that will help you to take more risks, because you deserve to take risks. You are able to deal with whatever comes next. You are way more resilient than you give yourself credit for. And that is something that I had to experience firsthand by taking first small risks and then take larger risks. And of course, you don't want to be stupid about it, okay? You don't want to bet all your savings on some crazy crypto thing and then lose all of your savings and end up becoming a homeless person. That is just dumb, okay? That's just dumb. Don't do that. Use your common sense, okay? You can use common sense, but don't allow or don't let your intellect talk you out of it, okay? You know what risks you need to take. You know that there's a few things in your life that you're postponing, that you feel afraid of doing and that you should be doing, and you know you should be doing them. Okay? But sometimes they can feel very intimidating. Sometimes it feels like you're not ready yet, and that's okay. You don't have to be ready right now. You can build up the confidence. You can step by step reach the point where you finally decide to take the risk you know you should be taking. Okay? Now, how do you do that? Well, I did that through taking small risks regularly. Okay? Instead of being quiet when I actually wanted to say something, I said it. Okay? Instead of hiding my needs, I communicated my needs. Instead of staying home because it's comfortable on my couch, I go out and expose myself to potential social rejection. Instead of not saying hello to the girl I find attractive, I walk up and I say hi. Right? So these are small things you can do, small steps you can take that will eventually generate enough momentum, generate enough positive reference experiences, because you will get rewarded if you take risks. Okay? Life favors the bold. And it is true. If you're bold, then life will reward you for that. And even if life punishes you for it temporarily, you'll build the skills to deal with the consequences and then build on that. And that's when you eventually learn to take the risks you know you should be taking. And this is again a little bit more spiritual, but life unfolds the way it's supposed to unfold. And everything is as it should be, and it's unconditional. Everything that's happening within our sphere of awareness is happening because it is happening, and that the sole reason that it exists, the sole reason that it is happening is the reason why it should happen. Okay? So you can't really escape your fate. I'm a firm believer that you can't escape your fate. So if you take the risk and it blows up in your face, then that is what had to happen. And then you will learn the lessons from taking that risk, and you will use that information to internalize certain things you had to internalize. All right? For example, I remember when I was 14, at some point I wanted to experiment with stealing, and I know it sounds bad and I'm not proud of that, but I went to a shop and I tried to shoplift. I tried to steal, like, I don't know, a protector for my phone or whatever it was. It was something that was the packaging was already open and stuff, so it was like it was almost calling me to do it. And of course that's not the case. I still made the decision, but it was very easy to at least try it, right? And I tried to steal it and I got caught. I got caught in the shop. Right? They saw it on the videos, and they just, as I was trying to walk out of the shop, they literally took me by the fucking, you know, they took me and they dragged me to this special room where they showed me the camera footage, and they were like, "You're trying to steal this." And I was so shocked. I was so scared. I thought they were gonna lock me up in prison. Okay? Luckily I had to pay the price of the item and like a little extra fee, and then they let me out, right? But that experience taught me to never ever do that again. Okay? Imagine if I would have never got caught. Then probably it would have been a success, and then I might have stolen more stuff. Okay? So the fact that I took that risk and that it backfired on me is a good thing, because it put me back on the narrow path. Okay? It's a narrow path that we're walking, and we fall off the narrow path all the time. But we can also get back on the narrow path if we learn to embrace the lessons that life is throwing at us. Of course, I'm not suggesting you to try and steal stuff or to do bad things. That's not what I'm saying here. Okay? The only point that I'm trying to make is that taking risks in any direction is going to correct itself. Okay? I got corrected, and that's a good thing. And then I learned to take other risks that have led me to do what I do now. Okay? I took the risk to quit my job and start this YouTube channel. That's a huge risk. That's a huge risk. I have zero financial resources. I'm currently living off of my savings, okay? But I have faith that eventually things will work out. And if they don't work out, then again, that's information that I can use to grow and reach the goals that I set out for myself. All right? So start small. You know which risks you have to take. Work up your courage. Commit to taking small risks every day. Use common sense. Don't do stupid things, and perhaps do a few stupid things, because those are equally as valuable. But don't tell people I told you to do them. And then see for yourself how life is, you know, course correcting. It is going to happen precisely like it's supposed to happen. And that mindset really helps me to feel safe in a way, to help me to feel like it is okay to let go of control, to take the risks, and to let life do the rest. Okay, so I hope that was helpful, guys. If you like the video, feel free to leave a thumbs up. This helps to expose the video to more people who might want to learn more about this topic. If you like this content and you would like to see more content like this in the future, feel free to click that subscribe button for me. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.